Gen Z and millennial mom regret, hate, GG's. GG's. Let me do that again. I'm a father. I had my son last year, November the 6th, and I can relate to this. I started watching this video by Young Don Reacts. The video is Gen Z and millennial moms regret having kids by Young Don Reacts. Check it out, cuz.
A lot of sleepless nights and temper tantrums were getting recorded in 4K and posted online.
Yeah.
Somebody help me.
He like my son. He acting like my son.
Oh
He acting like my son.
Everything has gone
Fucking little monster. A little fucking demon.
so wrong these past couple days.
Just trying to like climb out of the cart. Just
Hey, pay attention to this
It's
video.
like,
Anybody
nigga,
ain't got
come on,
kids,
I'm
pay
trying to
attention
keep
to this
you
video, bro.
alive. I'm here to buy
On
you
God.
shit. Yeah, that's what it's like having a kid, bro.
Oh God. It ain't all fun and games, bro.
Moms are regretting their children, and it's getting dark. Video by Janae Danielle. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, Gen Z and millennial women, man. Not just women, men too. People don't want to have kids. And I don't blame them. But let's go.
It's too
Let's
expensive,
listen.
cuz.
You can love your child but hate being a mom. I literally hate being a mom.
Facts.
I don't enjoy being a mother. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, I gotta get him ready in the morning.
Yeah.
Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
Now, that child care thing, I was luckily, well, I won't say lucky, I don't believe in luck. I was fortunate enough to have a mother that's retired that is in agreement to taking care of my son while I work night shifts. So, with that part, cuz you gotta have your ducks in a row, baby boy, for real, dog.
At 24 years old, you're getting ready to struggle. You're getting ready to cry.
Hey, it's me. This
That's
it's
true.
not
That's true now. She's speaking
You're
facts.
getting ready to struggle.
peaches and rainbows. This is hard. I would not wish this life on my worst enemy.
God
Listen to me
damn.
when I say this. Do not have kids.
All right, nah, they doing a lot though. I can't lie. She cried and shit. I ain't gonna lie. They doing a lot, but for sure, it's not easy, especially in 2026 when the average person doesn't buy their first house until they're in their 50s.
That's insane, brother.
Raising kids in 2026
This
is
government
very
is
different than raising
cooked.
kids in 1996 or
Facts.
in fucking 1976. Okay.
Or
Very different.
2006. What you talking about?
It's a lot harder. It's the hardest time yet. Yeah. But
I'm gonna tell you
still.
why I feel like like what he just said is the hardest time yet, because it's so much gentle parenting. You can't. Back when I was younger, bro, I used to get whooped till I couldn't breathe. Meaning, like, not like till I'm about to die, but it felt like I was gonna die. To where it's like, people, like that's gone. That's gone. So these kids are getting away with things that we would get slapped under the couch for. We would get slapped through the front door, through the screen door. I would get slapped through the screen door for doing some of the things these kids do, like ranting or acting a fool in public. My mom would smack every curl out my head, bro, for real.
This is a lot. You crying and shit.
I got a
I be
whooping
wanting
almost
to
every
get
day, like a Flintstone bite.
everything.
There was a point in time where every girl knew what came after school, after the wedding, and after everyone decided she was woman enough. Well, of course, it was a baby.
Women were marrying extremely young. The marriage age range for women was from around age 21 to age 24. And
Jesus
if you weren't
Christ.
married or engaged or even had an eligible suitor by age 25,
You know how many women I know that's cooked that ain't even had been in a serious relationship? They about to be 30 or 28. Oh, you're cooked, man. You are cooked. Oh, beauty in a woman is front loaded, shorty. For real. Like your hottest between the ages of 21 or 20, though it's under the drinking age, about 20 to about 26. That's when you at your finest. Just being real. And that's facts, bro. Look it up.
one would even consider you an old maid. The goal
Goddamn,
for a lot of these
old.
women were to meet a well-to-do man,
You're a
have
fucking hag. You're single at 25. You're a hag.
You a cat lady.
That's
What you talking
crazy.
about? You a cat
children,
lady.
and have a beautiful home.
When it came to a woman, it was normal for her to only be seen as a woman by her male attracting and childbearing abilities.
So, in the earlier colonial period, Anglo-Americans tended to think about women as being primarily defined by their relationships with their husbands. Obviously, childbearing was one of these marital relationships, but parental authority was generally understood to be in the hands of the fathers. So, mothers were seen as important predominantly because of their ability to reproduce.
The goal was to
GG, that's
settle
it?
down and
That's kinda messed up, bro.
prioritize everything in life that wasn't
Yeah, you're a fucking slave.
That's a scam.
Experts like noted
Fucking servant.
pediatrician and author Dr. Benjamin Spock and popular advice columnist Ann Landers encourage this homemaker image,
Fucking pick me, bitch.
advising women to put their children and husbands first, even at the expense of their own needs.
And while this ideology may
look
sound
now.
intense and borderline controlling, back in those days, having a
Now,
child
and the
was
thing is, and now, you know, they just said she's based off of putting her own self on the back burner. Now it's complete opposite. The man has to put all of his wants and needs on the back burner, and the woman, long as the woman's happy, everything's cool. And that's insane how it flipped that fast. You know, in a few generations, everything's flipped.
the one step in life everyone was supposed to take.
Oh,
In the
yeah.
creation of the family, man and woman fulfill those laws of nature whereby the human race ensures its continuity.
But today, we're uncovering how that one step, the step that pretty much defined womanhood, is now the very thing women are running away from.
The latest data from the CDC reveals the number of births last year dropped by 2%, with the general fertility rate also down 3%, a historic low.
Now, this video isn't going to be made up of me bashing women who prefer.
Bring on the immigrants. Yeah, we need
I think we just need to have more subsidies for people with kids. That's what I think. And I say that, and I just had a kid, but it is what it is, girl.
Immigrants over here.
To be child free. I'm also not encouraging y'all to go lay down and have some
Oh,
kids.
no, don't do
You'll
that.
see why I'm so passionate about that later on. We're gonna uncover this huge shift in motherhood that, trust me, gets a lot darker the deeper we go. Now, to further prove just how important being a parent was, I'm pretty sure a lot of my older audience is going to remember, but schools would teach home economic classes that would teach you about adulthood, but most importantly, motherhood.
Yeah, that's crazy. They give you a fucking little fake baby and teach you how to be a mother, but they never teach you how to do your fucking taxes.
Yeah, that's
Crazy,
facts.
right?
Miss Jenkins, could you tell me what I could learn in home ec that I can't learn at home?
Now, let's take a look at some of the courses you could take and see what might help you. Courses in child development help to prepare you for the task of guiding the child's physical, mental, and emotional development. Does that help answer your question, Janice?
Oh, I should say it does. Why, if anyone is going to be married and be a homemaker, it'd be foolish not to take home ec.
I may be the last generation that has experienced a home ec class. I vividly remember bringing those like toy baby dolls home that would wake me up
We
at
didn't
3
have it.
a.m. in the morning. I also learned how to cook an egg in a
And I'm in my
plastic
30s.
bag, but that's beyond the point. Even schools implanted the idea that young women, even before they graduate, should learn how to be a mother.
So I just scanned the bracelet and she wanted a bottle, so I'm feeding her. Feedings can take 25 minutes, unfortunately.
Well, I feel that the Real Care Baby system is good because it prepares you for the experience.
She currently right now have about 6 kids. I'm just joking. She probably does though, for real.
As a parent, it lets you know that
Raising the next crop of fucking slaves. Yeah, raise up the next crop of workers to keep the capitalistic machine going.
That's facts though. That's
And
Henry
we could look at
Ford
it two
ideology.
ways. You could either see it as a smart,
She got about
beneficial
5,
way
6
to
kids,
teach not only girls but
Bro got
boys
3,
how
4
to
baby
raise
mamas. Look at him.
children.
He
Teen
got 3, 4
pregnancy
baby mamas.
was peak around this time, so if they were creating the babies, might as well teach them how to raise them too.
Now to a disturbing story out of Gloucester, Massachusetts. There's been a dramatic increase in teenage pregnancies there, and authorities think they know why. Some say the high school girls planned it as part of a secret pact.
Or you could see it.
What the fuck? What?
That's the
Let's all
last
get
thing you want to do.
pregnant. Just imagine that a
I'm
bunch
gonna-
of like
you know how
juniors.
girls, you know how girls be like, man, I'm gonna get pregnant this year. You don't plan that because you gotta already like, You got to find the right partner, bro. Single motherhood is probably the worst thing in the world, in my honest opinion. And single motherhood is anybody that ain't got the man living with them. I don't care how much money he gives you, because he's not always there. He's not there for the stinky diapers. He's not there for the first steps. He's not there for when he's needed most. When you're tired, he's not there. Yeah, you call him and he gets them every weekend, but he's still not there on a nightly basis. So you're a single mom, bro. Just being real with you.
High school getting together and like, let's all just get pregnant. And like, huh? No. Listen, it's almost, it's crazy. If only we had some kind of like medication out there that could prevent girls from getting pregnant. I mean, shit. And just making that easily accessible to girls without having to fucking like air out their business to everybody. And that way, if they're having consensual sex as a teenager, like in their late teens, like a lot of teenagers do, they would be able to do it without worrying about, getting pregnant. If only we had that kind of technology. It's crazy.
It as a toxic societal way to push motherhood on young girls when they probably shouldn't have even been thinking about it, but maybe that's a bit too deep. I don't know.
What do you think of when you hear the words home economics? Do you imagine a high school class contributing to the continued oppression and subjugation of women? Or do you think of an innovative concept designed to help free women and allow for more equitable time and opportunities?
Moral of the story, home ec taught many people skills that you had no choice but to learn, including money
and it's
management.
been discontinued.
And with home ec not even being taught in schools anymore, I depend on Rocket Money, the sponsor of today.
Who the fuck needs
that? Went away when I was in high school, and I was in high school between 2009 to 2012. So,
home ec when you got Uber Eats, nigga. That's what they want us all to be on these days, is just fucking Uber Eats, nigga.
So the thing about all this, I guess we could call conditioning, is that it didn't stay that way for long. As the world evolved and changed, so did women culturally. And while having children was still on a lot of women's to-do lists, it started leaving a lot of them with this unfulfilled feeling inside.
I'm with a new baby. That was all exciting too, but once we got into a routine looking after baby and everything, life became very lonely. And all I was doing was looking after the baby all day and not talking to a soul until my husband came home in the evening. And I felt very isolated.
Now, around this time, women...
Okay. Was you supposed to have friends over every day or something? Like I don't get what's going on.
Weren't just openly
you should have had kids back to back,
children. Okay, we'll get to that later. But
see, here's a fucked up thing about these like traditionalists and these people want to go back to the old way of doing things. They want to force women into an environment where they're just at home taking care of their offspring while they're out socializing, making money. Doing the things that they want to do to feel fulfilled. However, they are not advocating for constructing a society that actually makes that experience of being a stay-at-home mom, for instance, feel healthy, right? What am I saying? Like, women are trapped in apartments and in suburbs where they don't know who their fucking neighbors are. They're like literally isolated in prisons.
You right, but you can easily open that door and walk outside and start talking to your neighbor. So... You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make a horse drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Where they're taking care of these children. Whereas in the past, right, you used to live in very densely populated areas, but the population size as a whole was small, so you knew everybody, right? So you used to live in a village where you knew everybody because it was only like a couple hundred people in the entire village, but everyone lived packed together. And so you literally stick your head out the window, you're going to see like 6 different people that you fucking know, and you can just start chopping it up with, right? You're hanging out with people.
That's true.
And so trying to force anybody into this like traditionalist model of raising children while also us living in this like sterilized, isolated society is a recipe for a disaster. And that's why a part of the reason why I think so many people, men and women alike, but especially women who are still expected to try and align with that traditional model, are absolutely fucking miserable when they try to live this lifestyle.
A lot of mothers started feeling feelings that a lot of other mothers were too scared to say out loud.
I've been wanting to get sterilized
for a while now. I've been asking since I was
Sterilized?
19.
Like a dog?
And she said to me, oh, so why is it that you don't want to have them? And I said, oh, I feel like I've always known. I've never wanted to be a mother. She said, oh, well, that's not a good reason.
Then, to top it off,
Well, you know what, ma'am? If that's the case, make sure you get with the man that's either already had his kids with someone else or don't want to have kids. A lot of women, what women do, they'll have that in the back of their mind and they'll get with a man and with a man that wants kids and she'll just keep leading him on. Oh, maybe next year. I'm not ready yet. I'm not. Dude, you should have told him off gate you don't want no kids, bro. Like, come on now. Like, that's entrapment. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
What do you mean you've just always known that's not what you've wanted to do? That's not a good reason to not do it.
The world got expensive.
Unfortunately, it's not getting any better. Prices keep rising. The last time inflation was this high was 1981.
Housing prices climbed, groceries doubled, and bills were stacking
I
up.
wasn't. I
And
wasn't even born
instead
yet,
of staying
but
home with
us
the
as a country.
babies, a lot of women would rather stay late at the office. Having a baby couldn't just be an emotional decision for some families anymore. With the way the economy was looking, it became a financial one.
A new report from the Brookings Institution, it finds the cost to raise a child from birth to high school is now $300,000.
And much like inflation itself, that cost is at a 4-decade high. It's only expected to increase over the next 10 years, too.
And if that wasn't enough, social media stepped
Endless
in
laundry
and
is
ripped
very
apart
true, though.
whatever fantasy was left. For the first time, okay, stepping away from the 50s and the 70s. In the 21st century, we weren't just seeing cute baby pictures and getting baby fever. A lot of sleepless nights and temper tantrums were getting recorded in 4K and posted online.
Oh, yeah, that baby right there on the far left, let's mess with that toilet. Need a whooping.
Nights and temper tantrums were getting
he's a little
recorded.
too young to get a whooping, but I will thump your foot. I will thump your foot and tell you no. So you can learn that word because you're going to hear a lot of it from me. I'm not even going to lie to you.
In 4K and posted online.
Somebody help me.
Yeah, he old enough to get whooped. I ain't even going to lie to you, man.
Oh my.
I don't care what nobody
Everything has
thinks.
gone-
If you got kids and you ain't whooping your kid, we're going to see how they going to turn out. I don't care what nobody say. You need to know there's punishment for your actions. I don't care what nobody say.
Fucking little monster. A little fucking demon.
Gone so wrong these past couple days.
I just trying to like climb out of the cart. Just It's like, nigga, come on. I'm trying to keep you alive. I'm here to buy you shit. Yeah, that's what it's like having a kid, bro.
Really trying to prevent a crash out.
Women were giving their brutal, honest reviews of
But
pregnancy.
look, they so happy, but they be so up to getting pregnant though. They love that. Inside of me. But then when this happened, now you cry. Accountability, ma'am. Accountability. You know that fool wasn't worth nothing. You knew he was in between jobs. You knew he valued Jordans more than anything. You still chose to have a kid. Don't act like you didn't know. Don't act like you didn't know.
This is the worst experience of my life. I'm sore as hell all the time. I'm sad.
Plus she has nobody to help her
I'm
problem.
getting fat as my nose.
A lot of these
big
women
as
don't got
hell.
people to
I
help
got
them.
hair growing in the middle of my titties.
Jesus
I
Christ.
never even had
She turned
hair
into
right
a-
there.
Leaving a lot of other women terrified and sitting this one out. So the tone towards motherhood shifted. And the more women
You know what though? I think also women have always felt this way if they didn't. But here's the thing. Here's the difference. People, even me, I feel like, man, I'd be like, man, golly, dog. But the thing is, some things don't need to be said. You still got an accountability towards that child. You still got to take care of that child, whether you hate it or not. Regardless, it's still it's your responsibility to take care of that child. No matter how I hate this. You still got to do it. You hate going to your job every day, don't you? But you still got to do it. What do you like? This new generation, and I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. This new generation is so soft, cuz. You think our parents didn't feel this way? They did. They just shut their mouth and they didn't have TikTok to rant to. You know what I'm saying? Man, just suck it up. Stop being a sucker. I tell you what, don't have no more kids. Don't do no more than nasty stuff to make you have kids. How about that?
shared their burnout, the more opting out seemed more reasonable.
I don't give a how cute a kid is. I don't want them. I gotta pay bills, cell phone.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm glad I went through like my fucking like religious psychosis and became like a super devout Christian for 3 years, because if it wasn't for that, bro, I probably would never had kids, bro. Me and my wife probably would never had kids. I ain't gonna lie to you. Maybe we'd have one like 5 years from now. Like she'd be in her early 30s and I'd be in my like mid 30s, and maybe we'd have one, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm glad we didn't, because I love my kids and I'm glad we haven't. It's like, oh, we got them out of the way. But, bro, there is no joy or fulfillment in having children. You know what I'm saying? Like, any joy and fulfillment you have, it comes from, like, watching your children grow up into being, like, healthy, capable, competent, loving people. Like, as you see them grow and mature into that, that's so cool to observe. But it's not like it's filling a vacuum. It's not like it's filling a void. If there was a void there before, there'll be a void there after you have children. Nothing external can fill any holes in your heart or in your mind. Religion, culture, all of that shit deceives you into thinking that there is some kind of like special fulfillment that comes from having kids, bro. And so, of course, I fell for that shit. My wife came right along with me, and we had 3 back-to-back. And like I said, so grateful for them that we have them. You know what I'm saying? But like, shit, knowing what I know now, like, I couldn't, with the understanding and wisdom and knowing that I have now, like, voluntarily or consciously walk into doing that again.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what he's saying.
Credit card bills. I gotta pay for expenses. I
I'll
gotta
be
pay
a little better with your money. But don't have kids if you don't want to. Don't have kids. People keep forgetting the fact that if you don't want to have kids, you ain't got to make a video saying that you don't want to have kids. Just don't want to have kids. What's wrong with this world, bro? When you got to go take a dookie, do you make a video? I got a dookie. Like, bruh, just go. Why you view so much?
my own clothes. I gotta fend for my own life. So you think I want to bring life into this world and fend for another life?
And if people are gonna opt out of not having a baby, they're gonna do it very loud and proud.
It's about booking trips.
We're at
I
this
think that's
point
a woman's
of two
kryptonite. Women love going on trips, taking pictures that she's been on a trip. They love it more than anything. It's like their ultimate flex.
Dreams. The people who dream of having kids and the ones who treat them like the plague.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
I absolutely can, so please get it away from me.
Ew, do anybody else feel like this? Like, I'm a mom, but like, I hate kids.
I mean, you
like,
gotta
I can
react
deal
to
with
it.
my baby, but like other people's kids,
You
I
gotta
can't
react to it,
stand
man.
them. Get that bastard away from me. I saw him walking and talking right now. You gotta go to your daddy house. boo.
If I'm saying your kid's cute, like, I'm lying to you. Sorry. I do not like children. I
That's
don't. To be
fine,
fair, I
man.
don't have a child.
You got
but
your daddy's
I
ears too, by the
imagine
way. I'm letting you know you got your daddy's ears. You can hear stuff from the next door neighbor house. You can hear them fighting, can't you?
when I do have my own child, I will like the child, but I just don't like kids.
Now, in the midst of all these anti-children social media posts, it's creating this brewing war of women who love kids and the ones who hate them.
When you think you'll have kids?
I'm not having kids.
What you mean you're not having kids?
I'm not having kids.
Now that's the
what you
problem. He
born here to do.
shouldn't. He shouldn't be.
I'm not.
He shouldn't
Why
be
would
trying
you
to
not
pressure
have
her.
Crazy.
She can not have kids.
So
if you
what
want to.
happens though if a woman is incapable of having kids? She's saying she doesn't want to have kids, but what does that mean if a woman is literally biologically incapable of having kids? Does that mean her life
very
has
true.
no point, no purpose?
No.
That's crazy.
Why don't I want to have kids? I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my
And
life
look,
to be about
and
me.
that's a male's perspective. The man ain't gotta push out a kid. So, ma'am, if you don't want to have kids, don't have a kid. Don't listen to this fool. Don't listen to that fool.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
Why is it so?
Let's not pretend like having children was never always selfish. The whole reason that we've always had children, we've had children for two reasons and two reasons
To help
only
you
from
on the
a
farm. What you talking
evolutionary point of view, to continue the species and to take care of you when you're older. But
That's kind of true.
because of modern technologies, because of things like retirement plans,
True enough,
and advancements in health and nutrition, you no longer need to rely upon having children in order to take care of you when you're older. And so we've essentially eliminated that as a necessity. So at this point, you having children, other than you just wanting the experience of having children, there's nothing wrong with just getting to a point where you're like, I want to have a kid. I want to have a kid.
I wanted to be a father, though. I ain't
dedicate
gonna
my
lie.
time
And
and
I waited
energy
till my
to. I want
30s
to
to
raise
have.
up another person. That's a beautiful thing if you just have that burning desire within you and you want to execute
I had
upon
to
that.
make sure I got with the right woman,
But
because I ain't gonna lie.
with the ways that exist now in securing your retirement, at this point, having children is just charity, bro. It's just charity to the world. It's just you contributing to the continuing of the species. It's you participating in that.
True.
And so having children has always been selfish. And so now that you're not having children, to be accused of being selfish is actually,
that's crazy.
I would say it's less selfish to not have children than to have a child that you aren't really dedicated to raising up and giving them all of your attention and sacrificing the way you need to sacrifice as a parent.
It's a crime that I don't want children and I do not like children. Whenever I mention online anywhere that I don't like children, I don't want children, I want nothing to do with them, I don't want to be in the same room as a child, people act like I am threatening the entire human race.
I don't be around women who make hating kids their personality. Like, you don't like kids? You don't like babies? That's odd to me. If a kid isn't safe around you, I'm not safe around you.
Y'all see why I say there's two extremes? It's almost like you can't be in between. You either have your kids
That's how
and
women
you
are,
love
though.
them
Women,
to death,
women
or you
lack
have
the
no
ability to be understanding. They do. Either you're right or you're wrong. There's no middle for them.
kids and don't even want to think of the thought of them. And then right in the middle of that, you have that one group of women who do have the kids, but they hate that they have to take care of them.
I only have one kid because I don't enjoy being a mother. Love my son to death. Absolutely hate the responsibility of being his mom. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
I love my kids, but I absolutely do not enjoy motherhood. I am always responsible to do everything. The kids' fathers, they help when they want to help.
Fathers?
But if it's not convenient for them, then it's left on me.
It definitely does.
Yeah, the whole single mother thing, though, that's a whole other thing. I can't even speak on that, being a single parent. I don't even know.
But
that seemed like that's extra hard mode, you know what I'm saying? That
that's
shit
a
sounds
scam.
crazy.
It's put a bad taste in my mouth. The huge amount of women that basically come online and complain, and I mean, they go
Crybabies.
on the fact
Quitters.
that they have a child and
Y'all
on the
some
fact
quitters.
that that child needs them.
I hate being a parent. It's actually disgusting.
Then hate love making. I went 30 years of my life before I had a child. 30 years. It's very easy, man. Very easy.
I don't mind people saying they get tired and they be needing a break
knew
and
what you
stuff like
signed
that.
up
But
for.
saying that you hate being a parent is just weird. It's weird because you didn't have to have those kids. Like, I don't know. People like that, I kind of be feeling like would do something to their kids or would abandon or neglect their kids.
Yeah,
Like, that's so trifling to me. We
I
need to
kinda-
stop
yeah, I
normalizing
feel that
stuff like
same way.
that.
I ain't
But
gonna
we
lie.
can't forget about the other group of mothers.
Hating being hate is a very strong word.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Hate is a very strong word.
It is.
For instance, you might hate your job, but you like getting paid. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You might hate your job, but you like being able to take care of your family.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it is possible to love your kids and hate being a parent. To get to the point where you're so consumed by that feeling of dissatisfaction and contempt to the where you're getting online and ranting about it, you got to hate your kids a little bit, I think. You got to hate your kids a little bit.
I know there's more. And this is an extreme that no one really talks about. And that's the women who don't just love and chase motherhood.
She said, "I love being
they
pregnant."
chase the high that comes before it.
Reasons why I am obsessed with and want to be pregnant like 1,000 more times.
There are some women who are truly at their happiest when they are pregnant.
I know
And
about
it's
it.
not necessarily just because, oh, I'm pregnant, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what my body is designed for. Like, there's reasons for this.
There are women who love being pregnant so much.
Jesus Christ, man. She needs to go on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
That they've been pregnant
God
for
damn.
years, like 8 years.
I have been pregnant for over 8 years. I have 11 kids.
Shit.
Pregnant with number 12, but I'm telling you, I hate being pregnant. I hate being pregnant. And I know that sounds weird, but I do.
Now, I
Probably
don't
be our
want to
last. You
question
got
this woman.
12
Them
kids,
get
brother.
neglected. Ain't no way you. It's not possible
That's a lot
to
of
give
kids.
12 kids the same energy that you would be able to give to 1, 2, or 3, bro. It's not possible.
His lifestyle choices. But to say you hate being pregnant and then you're pregnant for almost a decade. I don't know, girl. I'm just connecting the dots as I see them. You're building the puzzle. I'm just putting the pieces together.
I mean, there are a lot of people who hate fucking smoking, but they can't stop. There are a lot of people who hate drinking, but they can't stop.
Now, this is another situation we could look at two sides
That's a lot of
You could
kids,
see
boy.
it as, oh, these women love the nature of bringing a
17
child into
children?
this world to love and raise.
Look at all these fucking mixed kids, all these fucking WE.
Dude, when you got that many kids, you gotta recycle their clothes. I ain't gonna lie. When you got more than like 4 kids, you gotta recycle their clothes. I'm not even gonna lie.
WEEB Du Bois. God damn. A lot of light-skinned niggas over here, man. Shit. God damn, though. Talk about taking
I know
white
they tax.
replacement.
I know they income tax is like $40,000.
Seriously.
Jesus Christ.
Or you could see it as, oh, these women love the nature of bringing a child into this world, even if it forces the other babies to have to grow up faster than they should.
Mommy is pregnant! Because mommy's pregnant! They hear me, I said 12 children.
They all like, do I have to give up my room now?
Look at how sad they are, man. Children, they wear the truth on their face.
You said 12 children. You guys. Yeah, mommy's pregnant. Mommy, you're pregnant. No, mom, you're gonna have children. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See them big kids, they understand. They know it the most. They know it the most, man. I mean, bro, it's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll go pick up my 1-year-old. My 2-year-old get jealous. She want me to pick her up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then my 3-year-old, it's like, I only got 2 arms.
Yeah.
Imagine you have 6 of them things, 7
Yeah,
of them things,
that's
back to back to back to back. The kids,
Older
man,
ones
they
getting
don't
neglected,
get the same
and that's
amount
just
of
realistic
every
though,
kid
because you got to see
have.
it like this: when your kid is little, they need 99% of your attention, and that other kid that's functioning, like, bro, come on now, what have we been working on for the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years? You know how to do this. I've seen you do this 1,000 times. I don't need to watch you do this. You got it. So I can understand why they feeling like left out.
Each subsequent kid gets less attention. Like, all the children get less attention.
Pregnant again? Why you gotta say again? Get your brother. I'm tired of getting kids. Why do you keep getting pregnant? They don't have nothing to do with you. You always asking me to hold a baby. I'm tired of holding babies. No, that's actually stop getting pregnant. You always pregnant. You don't watch no kids. Why do you keep having kids?
A lot of older siblings sometimes have to take the role of the parent, even if they don't want to. And while the mom is attending the newborns, the oldest is making lunch and attending temper tantrums all at the same time.
My little brother's trying to get me to carry him. I'm trying to make tortillas for lunch. Keep in mind, he's fed, his diaper's changed.
I really hate thinking how mean I was to my younger siblings when we were growing up. I was just so mad all the time. I had to become a third parent, right? Like many of us do. And I didn't know how to parent. Like, I didn't know. First of all, it wasn't my job, obviously. Like, I shouldn't have had to learn. I should have just been able to be a child as well.
So while the mom keeps popping out those babies because she loves being pregnant so much, the oldest one is growing up and they're filling in those gaps that the mom doesn't have time for.
I think some moms end up with so many kids because they love the baby stage, but they don't like all the rest of it. And once that baby starts to get out of that baby stage, they start to feel unfulfilled again, and they need to fill that void with another baby.
That's crazy, because me and my wife, we the opposite. Like, we love the stage that our oldest daughter is entering into. She's about to be 4 years old in a couple of months. It's like, finally, bro, finally, you got sense. I can reason with you. Like,
yeah.
You're not just gonna break down. Now that I think about it, it's actually for a couple months now. Think about it. She don't just cry for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like the 2-year-old and the 1-year-old, they just like start crying for no reason, bro.
Yeah.
And she's finally grown out of that stage. Now that I think about it, and so. Yeah, man, I can't wait till all these kids hit that stage, you know what I'm saying, where they got sense and they fucking not just like crying for no reason, and they can entertain themselves and entertain each other. Yeah.
It is a cycle, and it's kind of sad.
I think we can be pretty honest here. Can't y'all see why some women want to be quote unquote selfish? Bringing a child into this world, to me, isn't something that should be done willy-nilly, or when you're not financially or mentally stable. It's a big deal. It's a huge responsibility, but it's also something that a lot of women want and enjoy. But there are a lot of people that can't fathom
Plus,
that.
I love myself too much to have a kid. What? So we don't love ourselves because we got kids. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know that.
Other people don't want theirs. Okay? I need y'all to accept that people want to be parents. They want to have kids. They want to take their kids to soccer games. They want to get up in the morning and cook breakfast for their children. Oh, well, if I had that kind of money, I'd be on vacation. I wouldn't get pregnant. That's so stupid.
Who cares about... Here's the thing. Who cares about vacation? I'll tell you the worst thing about vacation. You still got to come home. No matter how many vacations you take, you still got to come home. So, what's up with y'all in these vacations, bro? Like, golly, dog.
Realize that some people want to have their babies and then like take their babies around the world.
So no matter what you want, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you're gonna be judged. You'll be judged for laying down and having the children. Even if when they're in those terrible twos and you get overwhelmed, you'll be judged for loving your kids, but hating being a mother and having to take on the responsibility of them.
The moms who say they love their kid but they hate motherhood. How didn't you know what you were signing up for?
This
is the dumbest take ever, and I
Nah,
don't
that's
know if
kinda
that
true,
chick
though.
don't got kids.
I got kids, and I feel the
You
same
don't
way.
even remotely. You could read 10 books on being a parent. You could have been the big sibling that actually had to help your, you know what I'm saying, take care of the little siblings. You don't even remotely have a clue of what
Well,
it
my
is
son
to be
ain't
a
two
parent.
yet, though, but he bad,
And
man.
especially a mother. I don't even know what it's like to be a mother, and I'm married to my wife, and I'm a stay-at-home dad. Like, I work from home, and she works from home as well. No. I'm telling you, there ain't no way to know what it is going into this shit. There ain't no way to know. I mean, before you worked at the job you're working now, or you had that career, could you have read books about it and talked to people about it and watched YouTube videos about it and actually have the same level of understanding of what it would actually
Nah,
be
he
like
right,
to
though.
work
You
that
do gotta
job
go
as you
through
do
it,
now,
but
now that you've
I feel that same way
actually
she feel, though.
experienced working that job for some period of time? Of course not.
Be judged for wanting multiple kids,
It's challenging,
but not
though. It's
being
challenging.
able to give all of those kids the perfect life. You'll even be judged for wanting help.
If you don't know the possibilities of your chance, the possibility and risk of your kids having Down syndrome, autism, being on the spectrum,
You know what? I'm gonna make a statement, and I don't know if it's true or not. There's really no studies, but I think a lot of autism is like on the rise now. They give kids too many shots. First off, that's the first reason. They give them too many vaccines, and also these men be smoking too much weed. Cause I'm not even gonna lie to you, these sperm cells that's coming out that man when he's smoking weed all the time and drinking liquor all the time, I think it be making these kids a little different, you know what I'm saying? Making these kids have certain needs. But keep that in mind when you have kids. Make sure you don't have kids with someone who's chronically addicted to vices such as vaping, anything like that, vaping or marijuana or alcohol.
palsy, all the above.
Yeah, and then fucking there's that.
That's true.
We're lucky that all our children are healthy, as far as we can tell at this stage. They're all healthy and don't have any developmental issues or anything like that. And I'm just like, damn, could you imagine adding on top of that some kind of debilitating, crippling genetic disorder.
Yeah. That would be impossible, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Do not have kids. And then on top of that, me not having help from nobody, having no support system, nobody.
Ma'am.
He's with me 24/7.
If you have kids,
And we get that, man, but you should have thought of this before you had her. Had him, her, whoever. There's women I know now at my job that are in their 20s that are like, bro, I'm not having no kid because I ain't got no help. And they're taking the precautions to not have kids. Like, you ain't got to get bit by a dog to know that they bite, bro. Like, golly, bro.
nobody's obligated to help you. The only person who is obligated to help you is you and that person you had the kid with. Your family,
That's
friends,
facts.
etc. They're not obligated to help you. They don't
That's
have
facts.
to. So for those people who always come on social media
I think this is actually a fucked up position. Like, yes, technically, duh, right? Nobody really is obligated to help you. But then these are the same people that gonna be crying about birth rates when the economy is falling apart in 60 years, when everybody just doesn't have kids because they don't want to deal with this, right? In 60 years, nobody has children now. And then fucking 60 years from now, when the economy is literally falling apart and we had to import millions and millions of immigrants from India or Africa, and then they start crying about the culture and everything's changing. Well, y'all niggas didn't want to help these women when they had kids.
That's true.
Y'all said nobody obligated to help them, so they didn't have kids because they didn't want to do it by themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so, let's not pretend like continuing the species and contributing to the population doesn't help everybody with like innovation, advancements in technology, the lowering of prices of products. A part of the reason why we can lower the prices of products is because we have more people coming in and stimulating the economy and being productive members of society. And so, like, mothers are contributing a lot. It is being a mother is the most like sacrificial thing any human can do. I would say even more so than being a father. Of course, fathers are also sacrificing immensely, but I would put mothers just above that. But in all, being a parent in general is the most sacrificial thing you can do. Why? Because you do it technically for nothing in return. There is no guarantee your child's going to grow up and actually help take care of you.
That's
There is
facts.
no guarantee they're going to give you no fucking money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people actually have to deal with that. They sacrifice, they were great parents, and then they can't look to their children to actually help take care of them.
Because their kids some failures.
Like
That's
that.
crazy.
So there's that. It's a thankless job, right? They don't say thank you besides when you train them to say thank you just because you're trying to teach them good manners. And fucking you're helping to keep the species going, and you're helping the population to, you're helping all of society, honestly. Right? Because you're increasing the productivity. You raise a GDP if you actually raise a relatively productive member of society. And the threshold for them to be net positive is very low. They just have to produce slightly more than they consume, and then they're a net positive to society. And that's very easy to do. That's most people with a job, with a full-time job. There you go.
About how I don't have a village, my families and friends, they don't help me out with my kid. They're not obligated to help you.
That's true.
They're not. You chose to have that baby, or you had that baby, so it is up to you to make sure that baby's well taken care of.
Generation after generation, women are told that motherhood is natural. It's not easy, but it's rewarding, and it'll make you whole, and it'll make you internally happy. But the minute a mom feels anything other than pure happiness,
No, you're not gonna
suddenly
know. Here's the thing, you're not gonna ever feel pure happiness doing anything. Even if you get your dream job, to me, my dream job will be being a content creator. I would love to be a content creator, a streamer. Even when you get your dream job, you gotta remember, bro, not every day is gonna be sunshine, bro. No matter how perfect things may seem. Being a billionaire, not every day is sunshine. So,
he's to blame.
The expectation is that women will be very happy to dedicate their entire selves to their children.
I think
being a woman is considered to be inherently natural.
I think at the end of it, when you're on your deathbed and you have your final thoughts of everything you've done in life, you will be happy. You will be like, dang, I'm so glad that I brought my children into this world to be a part, be something I left on the earth. You know what I'm saying?
something that any woman should resist. It's part of women's destiny. And when they become mothers, they should happily put the needs and the requirements of their child before themselves, and they should do that without any form of frustration or perhaps upset or perhaps financial hardship or emotional hardship or any sense of resentment about the amount of labor that they are expected to do.
The truth is, motherhood and having kids looks different for everyone. So whether you choose peace or you find peace in having children, you're allowed to build the life that works for you. But also, for that child. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, man. Look, all I'll say is having one kid is very different than having two, and having two is very different than having three. Don't think if you have one kid that, oh, by having another kid, you're just going to have two of the same experiences. No, you're now about to have a completely different experience with both children. And it does get more difficult with each subsequent child. And so my recommendation to you as somebody who had children at what I suppose is a pretty typical age, but maybe by my generation standards, having 3 children at the age of 31, and my wife she had 3 children in her late 20s. That's pretty young by this generation standards. My recommendation is, one, if you're a guy, I mean, look, everyone's life is different, but if you're a guy, idealistically, I would say you shouldn't have kids. I would say wait until you're at least like 35. Like if I could do it all over again, I probably wouldn't have my first kid until I was maybe like 30, between 33 and 35. And I would say
I had my son at 31.
You should definitely have him no sooner than 2 years apart, right? Like have them 2 years apart, I would say. Definitely is a minimum, but I think even 3 years apart would be ideal, because yeah, I'm imagining now if all we had was our 1-year-old and our 4-year-old, oh my gosh, man, life would be so different. Things would be so different. So yeah, that's my recommendation, but don't let anybody guilt you into having children.
Facts.
You know, don't let your parents guilt you into having children, because the reality is they ain't gonna see them fucking
age.
little niggas more than.
Yeah, it's a different age and time for your grandparents. They could subsidize their entire lifestyle with $13, bro. Don't listen to no old heads. And not saying like their knowledge, but like the way of life that they lived is the America they remember is not the America now, bro. So just be like, oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate you, but at the end of the day, this is a different game. We playing on super hard mode. They played on rookie mode. I ain't gonna lie.
Few times a year, bro. I mean, depends on how close y'all are, right? Both in terms of geography and relationship wise. But it's like you have your children to please your parents, and then your parents are spending what is the equivalent of like 2 weeks with your kids for the entire year. Like you have to be with them 365.
That's
and
fact.
Your parents maybe like are there for like 2 weeks to a month. It's like, the fuck you doing this shit for them for? They're not even there the grand majority of the time to help. And also, there is no like sense of fulfillment that comes from having children. There is no sense of fulfillment that comes from anything, right? All fulfillment is internal. All fulfillment comes from within. If you were empty before money, fame, that career, that relationship, those children, getting those things will not fill that void.
Facts.
If you can't be good without it, you're not going to be good with it. That's truly what I believe about it comes to like external fulfillment or validation. But that's the video, man. Y'all let me know.
Hey, what y'all think about that? Y'all having kids or what? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. How many kids you want, man? If you got kids, how many kids you got? But that's been all for me. It's your boy Rado Rizzo, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Don't have kids.